Alright, brace yourselves for the most obvious statement ever. If you don't like Onision, don't pay him and also join his Patreon. It is so weird that I actually have to say that. Like, what batshit crazy world do we live in? You're right, we live in a batshit crazy world where you think you're allowed to abuse YouTube's copyright system and take people's content down. You think it's okay to silence people, and you think it's okay to strike their channel. What a batshit crazy world we live in where YouTube has allowed that. What a batshit crazy world that we live in where you make $2,000 a month posting shit like this. Yeah, this is him making out with the toilet for 2 minutes straight and his patrons eat it up. Like, they literally think he's God. They would sell their kidney if it meant that they could sit on that toilet. And why, you may ask? I don't know, they're fucking 14 or some shit. And listen, I remember what it's like to be a younger teenager when you're 14. You know, it's easy to obsess over, like, band members and YouTubers, whatever. I've been there, I've done it before. But, yeah, Onision, you know, a child groomer that groomed his wife when she was underage and slept with her when she was underage and then recently groomed another teenage girl. Yeah, I don't know why you'd want to sit on that toilet after. But hey, welcome back to a brand new video. I have a lot of updates for you in regards to my lawsuit with Greg, and I guess I'm just going to cover a few other topics that I want to talk about. No, I am not going to talk about Sarah in this video. That is something that I'm looking into, kind of investigating, seeing if the allegations are credible or not, which so far it definitely seems so. But first, I want to talk about the trend that I kind of created. I kind of feel weird saying that, like, oh, I created a trend, that's fucking cool. But yeah, so basically I uploaded a video infiltrating the Onision Patreon, and to give you some background about this video, prior to my Patreon video, I had made two very generic, like, leafy styled commentaries. I don't really know, like, they're entertaining to some people and then they're not really like the best thing to watch for others, and I completely understand that. It was just for entertainment purposes only. That, and I also had some criticism for him. You know, it wasn't the biggest deal in the world. I simply criticized his 2 music videos, so he created some more banana songs, which I criticized, and then he made a song about why he hates women, and I also criticized that a little bit. So part 1 was me criticizing his banana song, and then part 2 was about his women song, and that was literally going to be it. I even put in the description of the second video, hey, this is part 2 out of 2. So there was supposed to be no more Onision videos. I was going to go work on my other videos that I had in mind that I was also in the process of making, and yeah, that was just going to be it. But then he decided to manually strike one video in particular. I want to emphasize that these videos were not automatically claimed. He manually did this because YouTube tells you if it was automatic or manual. He could have easily automatically taken down both of them, but he didn't. Or not taken down, I think claimed. Sorry about that. And, but no, he was picking on me for one video in particular, and he continuously manually striked it. So that sucked. You know, at first I wasn't thinking of a lawsuit or anything. I was just gonna let it go. It sucked, yeah. I got pissed off, whatever. But then he did it again, and it was manual again. And I didn't understand why he was picking on one video in particular and not my, like, the other one. Why this one? Like, he's just trying to fuck with people, I guess. And an hour, get this, it was like 3 in the morning or some shit. Please correct me if I'm wrong, because I think I said the correct time in another video. I forgot, but I just remember it was really late, and it was like, it could have been like 1 a.m. or like 3 a.m. or some shit. I don't fucking remember, but it was really fucking late, okay? And an hour after my video was back up, he took it down again. An hour after, and it was manual. Like, what? This guy has no fucking life. Don't you have kids, buddy? What are you doing? Oh, grooming teenage girls and striking teenage girls. Yeah, okay. At that point, I didn't want to sue him for necessarily like money or anything. I was just like, something has to be done. At that point, I had reached out to YouTube multiple times, emailing them, tweeting at them, doing everything I could, asking my followers to also tweet at them because they did email me back a few times, and then once I gave them the information that they asked for, they were basically just like, hey, can we have the link of the channel in question, blah, blah, blah. And I would send them Onision's channel, and they would just stop replying. And then I would wait a week, and I'd be like, hello, can I get some help? And like they just shut the fuck up. And I was like, what the fuck? They literally like protect this guy. And because of that, I felt that I had to take matters into my own hands, so I looked into suing him. Now, I was unaware of what suing in small claims was. I didn't really know that was a thing, and a lot of other small content creators, and even like a few big ones, but mostly like just people around my size or smaller, and you know, not even content creators, like people in general were commenting stuff like, oh my god, I never even knew that you could sue in small claims. I didn't know what small claims was. Like, this could actually help a lot of small creators that would need to do something like this to defend themselves, because YouTube has let everybody down. And that really inspired me, and so I started spreading the message about what suing in small claims is and how you can do it and how easy and how affordable it is. Because when I looked at a more like, please correct me on my word choice, I guess, but a more like proper lawsuit where it's really, really expensive, yeah, that was just that was a big no from me. I cannot afford $100,000 fucking dollars to sue someone. Like, there's just no way. But if you sue in small claims, which you can sue them for up to $5,000, at least in his state, I mean, that really fit my case well. You know, I'm not the biggest YouTuber in the world. It's not like I'm making, I don't know, like 10 grand a month. Like, suing in small claims really fits me, and I think that it will help a lot of other smaller creators. And when I say like suits me, I mean like the case and my situation. Sorry about that. But yeah, so basically I decided to sue him in small claims. For his county in particular, and by the way, I did get them confused with another county, but don't worry, I actually got the correct one when the time came for me to like fill out the paperwork. But his county in particular, like, they're a more advanced, I don't know how to fucking articulate this, I'm so sorry, but basically for most counties and states, you would have to just like mail them paper, which is like the old-fashioned way. But in his county, you can just do it online, which is really cool and it's really easy. But unfortunately, my roommate had already printed out paperwork for me, so I just filled it out and sent it to them instead. Because why not? I didn't want to waste a tree, okay? Why am I telling you this information, you may ask? I don't know. I guess if you're another creator and you're in the same situation where YouTube is not helping you and someone is a threat to your channel and they have done damage to your channel and damage to your income, then you could know your options and know that, hey, you don't have to do it the old-fashioned way, because sometimes you're allowed to do it online, which makes it so much easier. Bottom line is, if you're a creator or a person in my situation and you need to sue someone in small claims, really look into it, because I don't want to make this entire video educating you about what suing in small claims is. I just simply want to spread the message that this is an option. And this is going to help a lot of small creators on YouTube, because YouTube does not care about copyright abuse. I mean, they've recently kind of tried to prevent it, but really they don't really give a shit. So definitely take matters into your own hands and learn from me and follow my path. Okay, not to sound egotistical or anything, that might have sounded really bad, but I'm saying follow my path in a sense that, like, don't let people walk all over you. Don't just let it go after the second strike. I was gonna let it go the first strike because I've dealt with copyright abusers before. I will briefly talk about this, but a channel with under 100 subscribers striked one of my commentaries. I really don't know why. He just did it to do it, I guess. I have no idea who that person was. He just took my content down, and I had to fight that. And YouTube is very broken, as you have to give that person your personal information and stuff like that. It's really fucked up. And so it's just an easy way to dox people, because YouTube will freely let anyone strike anyone. And maybe not fucking PewDiePie, but you know what I'm trying to say? Like, you right now watching this video, you have the power to strike down this video. And this video has nothing to do with you. That's how broken YouTube is. But back to the point, don't let people walk all over you like that. I was gonna let the first strike go because, like, you know, it's annoying, but I didn't expect him to do it again, because at the end of the day, he didn't provide a court order, which you're supposed to do in order to keep the video down. So when my video went back up and my strike was removed, I thought that would be it, honestly. But then he did it again, and I knew that he was not going to provide a court order because he didn't do it prior and just continued to abuse the system. So I was like, okay, fuck you. I'm taking matters into my own hands. I'm suing you. You don't want to provide a court order? Okay, I'll see you in court. And I really want to encourage other small creators to have this kind of attitude and protect your channel, because YouTube won't do it for you. You're going to have to do it yourself. Every man and every woman for themselves. So that is what I set out to do. And I asked my followers to spread the message, etc. So this is what led me to pay for his Patreon. I wanted to confront him and just ask him the simple question is, why did you strike my channel and then not provide a court order and then strike it again and continuously not providing a court order? I just wanted to know. And he pulled the whole why are you in here? You're harassing me. I don't know, ask a lawyer. Like, yeah, buddy, let me ask a lawyer why you decided not to provide a court order twice. All right, like that makes fucking sense. No, I'm going to ask you directly. Why don't you talk to a lawyer about why you failed to, provide a fucking court order? Thank you. So yeah, I made a video confronting him, and then I did a Patreon review. Now, there is no rules on his Patreon or some bullshit where it's like, you have to be a fan of me, you have to like me to purchase these tiers. At the same time, despite how evil and gross this person is for striking multiple channels and causing damage to my channel, I do understand where he's coming from, because Patreon is where you are a fan or you want to support someone and you want to, get perks. But at the same time, that's also not always the case. Like, for example, I have patrons that are pledged to me right now that don't like my content. They don't necessarily support me in regards to liking my content. They support me in a sense that they want to help me with my lawsuit against you, which I will talk about that in a minute. But my point is, they're not a fan. They just wanted the perks and the outcome of what their help does, right? So for you in particular, you have caused damage to my channel, and one of your perks was a Discord server / Let's voice chat, and I was like, interesting. I would like to pay for that perk. I would like to voice chat with you. And by the way, I didn't get it refunded. I thought I would, but I didn't. It did hurt me to give a serial abuser money, like even $5. That really hurt my soul. But I wanted the perk. I wanted to ask you that simple question that you refused to answer, and I got what I wanted. That was pretty much the perk that I wanted. However, I did not want to be harassed by you and your fucking horse girls, and to be treated like absolute shit. Alright, I mean, what was I gonna expect? I know, guys, don't roast me too hard in the comments. I knew he would treat me like shit. I mean, after all, he did strike my channel twice. But I just wanted that question answered, and that was why I paid for that tier, and it was not really answered, but I still got what I wanted in a sense that I confronted him, and I got to see him be a complete fucking coward and let his horse girls talk for him. By the way, sorry for sounding very monotone. I am sick. It seems like I am sick a lot, and yes, I am. Sorry. I promise in future videos I will sound more cheerful and less chills. Hey guys, my name is Chills. Welcome back to a brand new, I don't know, he doesn't say that. Follow my Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT. I don't fucking know. Sorry, I promise. Next video, even though I'm sick, I will try my very, very, very best to sound like myself. So back to what I was saying, I make the Patreon review. I really wish I spent a little more time on it. I remember I spent hours editing it, but at the same time, I didn't script it. I don't script any of my videos. I didn't even script this one, okay? But, yeah, no, it was decent. It was the start of something beautiful. I started a trend, and next thing you know, a week later, Repsion uploaded a video, and he literally said, I think it's close to word per word, but I don't want to pull up the video, but something under the lines of so guys, I infiltrated the Onision Patreon, and I turned my head at that video what? And I was a little offended at first, because I've never started a trend. I'm new to this. I didn't know how to feel at first. But over time, I realized that it's just inspiration. It's not necessarily copying or not copying, that's probably the wrong word. It's not stealing or anything. I shouldn't be offended. I should be happy that I started a trend, and so that's how I started feeling very shortly after. And some other people made some I paid for Onision's Patreon videos. Now, what I will say about that is, no, it's not stealing or anything. I understand it's inspiration, and I am in shock that I started that trend. I think it's really cool. However, I really wish they, were a little more respectful about it, like Repsian, because creator to creator, it does suck when, like, you finally, I mean, this is the case for me, you finally, like, bring something new to the table, something that no one's ever done before on YouTube, because I'm so used to generic commentaries that I actually felt really good about this, and then someone just, they get inspired and do the same thing, but they use the same exact title. Now, Repsian did not do that. He did another title, which I appreciated. He was inspired. I'm assuming inspired by what I created, and then he just did his own thing and wanted to review it, and he got curious. That's completely fine. Everybody, unless you're like stealing someone's script or some shit, but everybody will review stuff differently, and so it is your own content. It's not stealing. But when you take the same title, it's just like, that's not stealing either. But I'm trying to explain this objectively, but like content creator to another, it just, I don't know, it feels really shitty. So if you could please like pull a Repsian and be a little more respectful, that would be nice. But at the end of the day, I know that's not going to change anything. Like, this shit will happen, so I guess it's not the biggest deal in the world. Like, it's just titled, like, I guess I'll just get over it, whatever. But yeah, now it's a trend to review his Patreon, and yeah, it was really cool to start that. And one of my favorite YouTubers that I've been watching for, like, well over a year now, Calvin Guerra, even messaged me, like, ooh, we out here infiltrating the Patreon and shit, and I was so happy that, like, it was just spreading around, and I was just so happy because I've always been so used to that leafy styled shit that, like, actually bringing something new to the table felt good. And then right after, I interviewed J-Station, which is still gonna come out. I'm sorry for disappearing for 3 weeks. Like, it was unfortunate, but I'm still gonna work on that video. And I was like, wow, I'm starting to do shit that no other creators have been doing, and it feels really good. So yeah, overall, I'm really happy that I started a trend that was really fucking cool, and Onision indirectly tweeted at me in regards to my Patreon video, and then blocked me on Twitter. If you want to see the screenshot of him blocking me on Twitter, it's on my Twitter. I deleted Twitter like a month ago or some shit, I don't remember, and I haven't really used it, and I don't feel like going on there to gather the screenshot, but yeah, he did block me. So back to the small claims update, which a lot of people do want to know about. And also I need to talk about my Patreon and answer questions like if my lawsuit has been funded and stuff like that. So basically, just like any other lawsuit, it's going to take some time to even get a court date, and I'm very new to suing in small claims. This is my first ever time, and so there was a lot of people trying to give me advice and saying, and they're not lawyers or anything or like copyright lawyers, but there's just people in the comments saying like, oh, it takes forever, just fill it out right now and you'll be fine. And my gut was telling me, don't do that yet. I need to get some money for this, because what if, all right, I don't know why I was like fearing this, but I was like, what if I send in the fucking paperwork and like shortly after we get a court date and I'm not ready? I wanted to be ready before even sending in paperwork, so that's what I did. And unfortunately, I should have listened to the comments. I don't know, I tried to be on the safe side, but it does take a while. So with that being said, yes, this is still happening. I don't need to update people 24/7 about it. Just know that I am in the process of this. I have already done everything that you need to do to start this whole thing up, and we will be getting a court date very, very soon. And you guys will know this because when I do go to Washington, I'm going to vlog it. And I will not in court, obviously, but, I'm going to vlog going to Washington. And Repsian and his girlfriend wants to meet up with me and show me support and sit down in court with me. So, I would like to vlog meeting up with him as well if he's cool with that. And, yeah, it's going to be interesting. So that's going to happen. So please just be patient, and you will know when I take him to court, because my next court update will be, a vlog. So I'll let you guys know if it was successful, and I'm going to be thanking all of my patrons and whatnot. As for the fan funding and my Patreon, if you are a patron watching this video right now and you are not really a supporter of me and you solely wanted to help with the Onision lawsuit, just know it was completely funded. So if you want to cancel your pledge, you can. However, if you are a supporter of me but also wanted to help with the lawsuit and you still want the perks that I offer, you are more than welcome to continue your pledge, but you don't have to. Like, if you're one of those people that just wanted to help with the lawsuit, you don't need to keep pledging, so feel free to cancel. So all of my top paying patrons, so at the time I had exclusive anti-Onision tiers, or anti-onion, I should say. I didn't put Onision in it, but yeah, they pledged for that, and I wanted to give back, so I decided to like make custom like anti-onion merch, and it looks really cool. I really like it. However, Patreon kind of sucked at the time. Like, it didn't charge instantly like most merchandise sites would. You know, Patreon made me wait an entire month to even get the order started because it didn't charge instantly, so there was a massive wait to even get the custom merch started. Like, I had to wait a month, and then when that was over and I started getting the like custom orders in, I unfortunately, against my will, disappeared for 3 weeks. I don't really want to talk about it that much, but the whole hospital video I uploaded was a big part of it. That was at least like a week of me being gone and why I was gone for so goddamn long. So then when I got back, I had to continue to fulfill orders, and so it was like a 2-month fucking wait. So if you were a patron that pledged the anti-onion tiers, just know you will be getting your merch. You can DM me at any time on Patreon to ask me questions about the updates, but overall you should be getting your merch very, very soon, and I mean within at least a week after this upload. I've already shipped all of the merch. If you live in the US, you're most likely to get it within a week from now, but if you live outside the US, it's gonna be a little bit longer, but you're still gonna get it. So with my anti-onion tiers, I was making like around $500, you know. I was very grateful. It was a decent amount, but not enough for me to travel across the country and back, pay for travel expenses, hotels if I were to need it, but thankfully my friend in Washington's gonna let me stay with them. But that's besides the point, you know. And then paying for the legal advice, it was a decent start. And right now I just want to give a big thank you to all of my patrons, whether you're a $1 patron or higher. Like, it really, really did help me and get me off to a good start. However, there's also this one Mr. Beast ass dude that like single-handedly towards the end of that month like covered everything. All right, and when I say Mr. Beast, I hope people get that reference. I mean, I'd be surprised if you didn't, but he pledged like an amount that Mr. Beast would for like Twitch streamers, and I was shocked that it even went through. I thought it was like not real at first, but this guy like genuinely wanted to help me with this lawsuit, and I am very, very grateful. He single-handedly like destroyed Onision. Like, he's the official Onision antichrist. So David, thank you so much for helping me when I really needed it. On top of that, he was not only just generous, but he's also in a lawsuit as well. So the fact that he was helping me with mine while dealing with his own is just very kind and so generous. So thank you so much. And yeah, again, thank you to all my patrons. So with that being said, like I said like 3 times already, you can cancel your pledge if your purpose was to help me with the lawsuit, because it has been 100% covered. So thank you so much again. I cannot wait to vlog myself going to Washington and, you know, successfully suing him. And I'm just really happy that I could set a good example for smaller creators that go through copyright abuse. So I'm just really happy right now. I will admit though, if you do continue to help me, I'm still going to spend more money on legal advice, because even though, yes, everything has been covered, a little more legal advice would be nice, just to make sure. Like, I need to talk to more copyright lawyers, and that's not cheap. So, but otherwise, you know, I guess I don't need the extra advice because I already got some that was really solid. I mean, they told me some shit that I wouldn't have even thought of. I cannot imagine like suing him without that advice, but a little more would be nice, but like I said, it has been covered, so I guess there's no need. I just wanted to be on the safer side. One last thing that's on my mind, I know when I edit this video, I'm gonna be like, damn it, I should have updated about this, and this. I guess I can always make another video. I mean, I was only gonna have 2 out of 2 videos, but Onion Boy, you kinda caused this, so I'm gonna be covering your bullshit frequently. But what I do want to say, because people don't fucking listen, I've seen comments like this before, but to all the weirdos that are gonna comment some shit like, haha, you're so broke you can't pay for your own shit, oh my god. Like, I do. First of all, I'm a college student, I'm a teenager still, and I pay my own bills, I pay rent. Like, I don't think people understand I've been independent since I was 16 years old. I do not have parents. I pay for everything myself that a 19-year-old girl would need, you know, and I have my priorities straight. I pay my fucking bills, you know what I'm saying? But for me to spend a lot of money getting legal advice and traveling across the country and back because some idiot decided to strike my channel twice and provide no court order is like beyond me. And so I'm just a teenage girl that just needed a little help. I'm sorry that I can't fucking, I don't know, be Kylie Jenner and like get a fucking private jet and go to Washington and sue people. Okay, I'm sorry, but at the end of the day, I still am independent and I still pay for my own shit. I just needed some like fan funding for Onision. And there's a lot of fucking people out there that really, like, they don't even like my content, but just because I have a case against him, they really wanted me to put him in his place and, like, ensure that he stops abusing copyright. Now, granted, I don't think he's gonna stop entirely, but I think he will stop, like, for my channel, so yeah, that's good, but I'm hoping that he stops, like, entirely and he doesn't fucking continue serial abusing. Hey, sorry for the weird background noise, it's thundering and raining, but to finish this video off, speaking of copyright abuse, he striked a 13-year-old boys, and so I think I'm going to cover it in my Sarah video that's going to be coming up soon, where I kind of, look into it and kind of news report about what's happening, but also because it's involving teenagers, I thought that I could bring up him striking another teen, and it wasn't like, I don't know, like your typical leafy clone like me. It was a really decent commentary channel, and he was just news reporting. He was very respectful. He didn't, there was nothing wrong with his news reporting, and Onision still striked it. So that just goes to show that you could be very kind to him and he's still going to be a piece of shit to you, and he thinks he's entitled to, abuse copyright. So with that being said, I will be covering that soon. I guess that's it for this video. I just wanted to assure people that yes, I am suing him and it's just a long process. Also, he's always very cocky about when people like joke about suing him. Like, nah, I'm serious, dude. I can't tell you the amount of like times I've seen him joke about it, like, oh, how's that lawsuit going? Like I think he did with Jacqueline Glenn, like, dude, it's coming. Fuck you. You didn't want to provide a court order? Cool. I'm doing it for you, buddy. I hope this video answers everyone's questions, and my last lawsuit update will be when I actually sue him, so you're not going to hear from me for a little bit longer in regards to this topic. But yeah, thank you so much for supporting me and my channel, and I'm going to keep my Patreon up, even though my lawsuit has been funded, just because I really like the perks and the community that I've built. If you want to get access to my Minecraft realm and voice chat with me and get in a Discord server, like a private one, feel free. It's just $1, or you don't have to. I mean, it's whatever. So yeah, with that being said, thank you so much for listening to this update. I know it's long, but a lot of people like it when I'm just raw and I talk, but more videos are to come that are more entertaining. Peace.